What is up, everybody? It is Friday, and you all know what that means. We're back for another episode of Falcon Winter Soldier, Episode 3 Breakdown. Got beside me
Hell
here my
yeah,
guy,
baby.
Frosty. What is up, Frosty?
What's up? Hello. How's it going, internet? And how's it going, you? Like, what a great episode once again.
Oh, your voice and video is not syncing up.
Ah,
No, I'm getting camera before sound.
well, I'm blaming your sound mixer
Yeah, I'm
because
gonna
it hasn't
refresh
worked.
that.
It's worked fine before.
It was, and then it kind of. I don't know. Here, I'm just refreshing it. Test.
Hello.
There we go.
How?
All right, all right, all right. We're here. We're here.
Seriously though,
Yeah,
what's up, y'all? Yeah, what's up,
yeah,
internet? How's it going?
yeah.
How
What
is it? Y'all have
What
seen
is
the
it?
episode. If you're watching, you better have. If not, pause us. Go watch the episode. Come back and continue from your pause. Because wow, 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 wow.
Wow,
Another
wow, wow, wow,
banger.
wow. Hell
Another
yeah.
banger.
Never fails. Never fails.
Marvel bringing it in the top like usual. I'm just trying to share the
Absolutely.
post.
Cool.
Um,
I gotta get to my notes. This is.
yeah, we usually start off with like final thoughts, like
Yeah.
immediate reactions.
I'm just.
So again,
There's
wow,
only one thing I want to say, and I can't say it without revealing the very end.
like
Heads up, everybody. This is always, as always, heavy, 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 heavy spoilers.
oh god,
So
yeah,
if you
please,
haven't watched the episode, stop watching us as much as I want you to watch us, but come watch us later after you've watched the
yeah,
episode.
pause us, come back after. It's
Yeah,
not long. We're gonna be longer. Please, you need to know this is a good one.
absolutely. Um, but yeah, no, absolutely. Great episode. Tons of action. Some great people show up. What are you
Oh god, yeah.
doing?
I'm switching the hat to the front because I want basically my light's right on my eyes, so I'm covering as much as my eyes as possible so I can keep talking and not
I
look
know
like I'm kind of like
even though my light's on, I'm still getting hella reflection off my screen, but that could
you,
be
that.
because of
Yeah,
that. Oh, that is because of that. Okay.
yeah. I got a little bit up at the top there. If you can check it out, I got cross-eyed
That's
looking
that's a little
eyes.
better. anyways, yeah,
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 what's
super
your
great
reaction?
episode.
Yeah,
What
great
about you?
episode. I loved it. Again, the banter between Sam and Bucky is what I live for. I
Yeah,
honestly live
so
for
good.
that. It blows my mind how they write them so beautifully, so perfectly to have that banter, but also to have that like they homies on like a little they homies on a level. You know it. We know it.
Oh
They
yeah,
they, they gonna die for each other. Like they'll do it. So like when they banter like that, it's like they're married. They're like a married couple, and I love it. Like we just came off of a series about a married couple, and now we're getting the next one, and I'm so into that.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
so
Um,
good, so good.
yeah, so let's kick her off. So
Yeah,
it's
break
this one
right
starts
down,
a little different. I mean, we're back to the same old Marvel fanfare that we're used
which is
to.
nice,
Ba,
which is
ba,
very
ba, ba,
nice.
ba, 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 ba. You know,
Like we get that.
that low key sounds a little bit like Game of Thrones.
Bum
Ba,
bum bum
ba,
bum
ba, ba,
bum
ba,
bum bum
ba, ba, ba,
bum
ba,
bum.
ba.
Yeah, okay, I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That 1 2 1 2 4 5 1 2 3 4 blah 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 like bah, 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 like totally
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
totally. I think they're
Anyways.
like a high. They're probably in like a higher pitch though. Game of Thrones is more orchestral.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they're orchestral, but they're more like
Marvel
futuristic,
is
modern,
is
like
majestic yet aggressive.
right. It's like it's very modern orchestral, while like Game of Thrones is more fantasy based, of course. So
Hmm.
it makes sense. There's a lot more violins going, but in this one, it's more brass and guitar and like real, kind of like a vibe. It's not like I'm getting ready for battle. I'm getting ready to like stand for something.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the whole yeah. So
So so yeah, this one starts off a little differently. Like it starts off with more of like a commercial than anything.
yeah.
Yeah,
After our little
yeah.
background fanfare of like the previously on, which was basically not a lot of. It's basically the last episode. Watch the last episode, so on and so forth. commercial though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a GRC commercial, and we find out what GRC stands for. If we didn't already find out before, it didn't really bother me knowing what it stood
No,
for, but it
no,
stands
whatever.
for the Global Repatriation Commission
Council.
Council.
Yeah,
Council, yeah.
council.
So I guess they're the guys in charge of reinstating the way things were before the blip.
Yes. And like there needed to be someone for that because like I said, was it the episode of WandaVision when we were talking? I went really deep into like the whole economic repercussions of the blip and the whole like thing where like people have made money, they have bank accounts. What happened to those bank accounts? What happened to what they spent their money on? Had that been subsidiarily auctioned off, or like their homes were given to other people and vice versa? So, like, I'm glad we're fully getting 100% of a idea of who and or what corporation is actually in control of that. Because again, when we were talking in WandaVision, when we saw people come back, and then when we saw in the beginning of this season, even I got really into it as well because it was the whole boat thing and like the whole getting a loan
The
and
the
whatnot.
boat thing.
Yeah. So like and like trying to get a loan and stuff. Like, yeah, the economy is different now because again, you only print so much money. So when there's an extra half of the population showing up, you can't just print more money.
No, but what happened to their money that they had before the blip? Like, did their bank accounts just get foreclosed and like the bank
Given
just
to
took
like,
their money? They
yeah.
should have their money given back. Like,
So imagine that, right? If they were given their money back, if the rules were if they come back, they're a human again, they're part of they're a citizen, they get whatever bank they were, whatever money they have been entitled to before the snap, after the blip, they get that. Well, is that like did that money get subsidiary to the bank and also helped another person with a loan to get a house within those five
yeah,
years? So like now that money is being either recreated in the bank because with the economy and with money, the whole reason you can't just like, well, why is the government in so many odd millions and billions of debt when they can just make the money? Well, that's the whole reason you can't just make money because the economy will suffer from that. If the government decided to give everybody like $10,000 that they just printed off and or made as money, well, now things have to cost more. Things have to be like accosted to the economy that was given. So what the hell happens with that when everybody gets so much amount of money while so many odd other people had to live and work and do stuff for 5 years? And it becomes another level and then another level where like 3 levels down, you're thinking, well, why don't they just make the money? But if they do, that happens. And then you go a couple levels down more that there's homes, there's housing, there's like what happened if it's like you got snapped, you're a single guy living in a shared home with a bunch with some roommates. What about your car? What about the
yeah,
insurance payments of your car? What about your pets? What about the rent you would have contributed to, but you're gone now? They would have found within 5 years of having to pay for that, they'd have to have given themselves up to be like, well, we need another roommate
either that or
because
when I come back, I start getting collections notices in the mail.
oh god, well exactly, right? Like the fact that now bringing it back in this episode, we were given 100% the company and the entity that is actually in control of that, who's like, okay, we now have what? Let's say in 2020, 2018, before the snap, there was 8 billion people in the world. Well, that's what 4 billion people disappearing, and then 5 years later where the world has grown up as well and had children and has done that, they've maybe gone up to maybe 6 billion or 6.5 billion. Add another 4 billion people to that just immediately. How the
Yeah.
hell is the world gonna like we're not doing well in our own world
No.
with just the expansion of our own families and whatnot, and like the expansion of our population. So add 4 billion people to that, like, no pun intended, that.
Well, I mean that's how it happened.
Exactly. That's why, no pun intended, obviously, but just like
The
that.
pun was
So
super intended.
100%, like
Uh,
127%. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm glad that we got another representation of something that, because like that was a lot of questioning. Is like, well, who's in power of dealing with that now? Now we get introduced to, we've been again introduced to it like something like that before, and then them as their own. But this is our first like full, like, this is what they're here for. This is what they're doing. And it was only in what, like a 45-second commercial, not
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
like,
And that just goes to
and
show with like what this episode held. Like we just went on for like 6 minutes
I'm gonna
on a
say,
commercial.
if I'm gonna describe this episode in one word, it's hyphenated, or it's like one word. It's compound word. World building. 100%. This
Yeah.
episode is definitely world building. It
Yep.
has added so much to the Marvel universe in one episode of a TV series.
Yeah. So yeah.
What are you?
Anyways,
Yeah. What are your
after the
thoughts on the
commercial,
commercial? Do you have any
after
thoughts on the commercial at all?
not really. Like I didn't scour the commercial for like
Basically,
signs
I
or
said like the
anything,
point.
but
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know. The only thing I really took from that was the reset, restore, rebuild mantra that they
Mm-hmm.
have. So,
Which, yeah,
yeah, reset,
that built
restore,
onto
rebuild.
my,
That's exactly what they're trying to do is
right.
bring the
That built
world
onto
back
my
to the
theory.
way it was before, whether that's good or not.
Right. Like, again, it's basically them trying to deal with 4 billion extra population on the planet,
Yeah.
which is cool. So yeah, awesome. What are we moving into?
We are moving into jumps right back into where we left off on the last episode with Sam and Bucky
Yeah.
walking into the jail in
Well, do we
or
not get John
or
Walker
no we
first?
no we got the World Smashers for or the Flag Smashers first.
Yeah, we get our
Yeah,
boy,
I forgot
or
about
my
that.
boy. Sorry, we get my boy, John Walker, showing up in Munich, Germany, I believe, in this scene.
Yeah,
It
kicking some
immediately
ass,
cuts to
looking for
that.
Carly.
Oh, just killing it. Looking for Carly Montague, who is which we've known from the trailers and so on and so forth. She's the leader of the Flag Smashers. Ooh,
Yeah,
big surprise. No. Um, sorry, trailers. Stop ruining things. You've done
I
it
know that's
for
why I
like,
don't like watching trailers.
oh, they've
Like
done it for,
especially for like not to really branch off, but like all of the
no,
Star Wars
100%.
sequels,
Yep,
they
100%.
basically
No,
gave away the movie in the
they,
trailer.
hell, they did it in
I mean, they didn't go as
the
far to
Truth
be
or Dare.
to fucking call Ray-Patine on the
Yeah.
Relpatine.
Oh God. Yeah. Vote for Papa Palps, everyone.
Yeah, and
But
Papa Pals.
no, but yeah, no. We got it in a bunch of horror movies like The Strangers 2, Pray at Night. We got the ending scene in the trailer.
Yeah.
Halloween 2018, we got one of the best scenes in the trailer. Truth or Dare, we got the entire story in the trailer, so nothing was ever figured
Yeah.
out.
Like
And
besides the initial trailer for WandaVision, I didn't watch any of the pre-episode ones because I don't want those spoilers.
yeah, and that's exactly
And
what it
I've been
was.
the same way with Falcon and Winter Soldier. I haven't touched any of the previews for the next episodes. If they've
Good.
been even launching them, like
Well,
I
like
don't want
previews for
that.
the next episode are fine if they're done right, but
If
like
they're done right, but
we're
you can't
we're
trust them.
you can't trust them one bit because they might
No.
f up and do something completely wrong and show something stupid important. But like what I
Yeah.
was getting at is like these are just public trailers that showed up, like not even for people who own the streaming service, Netflix, Disney Plus, yada yada, Amazon, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
These are people who like watch on the Super Bowl or regular cable or just getting trailers on social media accounts and
Yeah.
YouTube and
I
stuff.
think the issue is they'll do the
Oh,
trailers, which don't really give up much, but they'll like you said with like the Super Bowl and stuff, they give those exclusive first looks. And I was like,
yeah,
I
those
don't
are
want an
not good.
exclusive first look. I want to watch the damn show.
Yeah. Well, again, if I didn't watch any of the trailers, I would have been maybe surprised about like
For like the first
Carly.
episode.
That's the thing, because again, like with the comics and the leader of the Flag Smashers on their own, you kind of it brings it back to the whole pitch meeting episode with the Winter Soldier. It's like, please
Yeah.
don't Google search that title. Oh, it's Bucky, his friend from the first movie. So
Yeah.
like it
Yeah,
it,
I
it
refrain
gets
from doing any of that too. I don't like looking
yeah, we
for
didn't
as much
we
as I
didn't call
can
this
into stuff before I see it.
yeah, they could have easily called this Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
I want the
Oh, did I
suspense. I welcome the anxiety.
did I low key just like predict something? No. Yeah, they didn't call it Captain America and the Winter Soldier, right? So like, or they didn't
Well, it was
they
Captain
didn't even
America,
call it.
the Winter
They didn't
Soldier.
even call it. They didn't even call it Falcon and Captain America, which they, I mean, to like really throw it out there, they could have and like really
Yeah.
piss people off, right? Um, but I'm just saying that like one of them's going to be Cap by the end of this season or series. I know for a fact one of them's going to take up the shield.
Yeah.
U.S. agent, U.S. agent's going to be a thing. He's going to move on his own. One of these two is going to be Cap because in the comics they were both Cap. That's my prediction for the end of this series. One of them's going to be Cap. I'm leaning more
Who though?
towards.
Who's your prediction? Let's call it now.
I'm I'm leaning more. Okay, okay. My prediction may be different from my personal pick.
Okay, let's
My
do it. Let's do
person.
a 1, 2, 3. Say it.
Okay,
All right. 1, 2, 3. Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There it is, right there. Okay, that was perfect. It's definitely 100% Sam.
Yeah, it
100%.
has to be. Has to be.
It has to be. Again, I loved Cap Winter Soldier. I loved Cap Bucky in the comics. He had the sweet black vest that went down in a V-neck, which showed underneath. It was like an American flag. So it really was like it was basically Captain Ameri Soldier, Ameri Inter Soldier. Like it was
Yeah.
definitely that, where like it was like a mix of the two. But Sam also does that very well, where he's like more of a flying Cap who flies in, chucking the shield, catching it, and
Yeah.
landing
That,
really
that's
sweet.
why I call him Captain Falcon.
Captain Falcon,
Yeah.
exactly.
For
Um,
Falcon America.
Falcon, Cap Torch America. Oh wait, no.
Oh man.
Battlestar is getting his star in this episode. It
Yeah.
wasn't in
Yeah.
the. It wasn't. He
It's
didn't have the
subtle.
blue and red. He was in a soldier's outfit more in the last episode.
Yeah.
He didn't have the blue and red accents. He didn't have the giant. It looked spray painted to me. It looked very Miles Morales. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It didn't look super professionally done. It looked like he kind of went back with like a paint marker and was like, "Oh my god, okay, so they call me Battlestar, right? And he's Captain America. What if I did this and I became Battle?" Like it looked like it's definitely not an outfit that was made for him that he made. He went ahead and was like, "Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I got an idea. I got an idea," and I love it. I love it. Captain America and Battlestar. Even if it's going to be within this season, we're getting like a comic book of like imagine the MCU as comic books. We've had the Avengers, we've had each like single hero having their own comics, some of
Yeah.
them. Just imagine for this little bit of the series in like background B plots, we're getting Captain America and Battlestar, but it's the John Walker Cap and Battlestar, and like we're within this series, we're getting this whole comic book season, and it's like Marvel, I love you. Marvel, you're doing this so well. You're doing this so good. You're getting like origin stories just immediately thrown out there. Like nobody's like, sure, everyone can complain, like, give us a Hulk movie. No, we've seen Hulk in the MCU, and we've seen him grow from his own Act 1, his own Act 2, and his own Act 3 to where now he's like Banner Hulk, and he's like Smart Hulk, and he's like we've gotten his whole comic book series in just a bunch of movies. So no, I don't care for an Incredible Hulk movie. I'll say it right now. He's done his 3 character acts, and now he's where we want him to be in the MCU. That's my big thing.
Yeah.
We've got the same with
I don't
Bucky.
need a standalone Smart Hulk
No,
movie.
no, because
Like.
we've seen his arc go from the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, his whole like origin stuff. We've seen him be Rage Hulk, who has to fight the Hulk Smasher. Again,
Yeah.
2 big arcs in comics that were just given to us in like 3 movies, give or take 3 movies. Like Age of Ultron was where the big, but we've gotten that, and then we've got the whole exiled Banner who leaves and he becomes Planet Hulk, which was an incredible comic book series slash animation where like movie where it was Planet Hulk where he became a gladiator on a planet, and the comic book series is very good. He gets a wife, he gets a family, and then they kind of betray him, and it's very good. So we get that in Ragnarok, but we get his whole arc of like redeeming himself. And then now we have Smart Hulk. We have gotten every major story beat of the Hulk in the main 616 Marvel universe in these movies than we're ever going to get in a standalone movie. So why should it matter? We don't need a standalone Hulk. Black Widow definitely got hers, but we've gotten a lot of like questions that needed to be answered that are going to be answered in Black Widow, so we're going to get that.
I
But
can't
it's the
wait for
same
that. I
with
keep forgetting that that's going to be coming out soon.
yeah,
I'm stoked
so
for
hyped for
that.
that. Give me some
ScarJo.
Stranger Things. Give me some Stranger Things detective
Just give
back.
me Scarlett Johansson.
Yes. uh,
Moving on.
sure, yeah.
So yeah, they're Cap and Battlestar are
Battlestar,
kicking
baby.
some ass in Munich. They
Mhm.
they're in the what is it, like a warehouse laundromat style kind of place?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's where the
It's
Flag
definitely a
Smashers were
laundry.
hiding out. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where they were hiding out last episode. So they're
that's
in
where they
there,
ran.
and he's asking the guys like, "Where's Carly? Where's Carly?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." All in
In
German and
Russian
stuff, or
or
German.
German, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
German, sorry. In
yeah,
German.
and then
So
yeah, so
we get
then Cap smashes him up against the wall or the table?
I think it was like a baluster, like a support beam.
Oh, okay, yeah, like a
Yeah.
pillar.
But pillar, yeah, that's a better word. Really quick, we get one of like Battlestar's abilities over Cap's. He's bilingual
Yeah, he's a
and Cap's
translator.
not. This Cap is not bilingual.
Yeah,
Like John Walker's apparently he don't know no language other than
Steve was
English.
slightly bilingual. Yeah,
That's the thing. He did have some abilities in that. He was able to like
super
converse with
learn.
people. Yeah, exactly, right? John Walker can't. Battlestar is definitely bilingual. So like, hey, boom, that's like an ability over this Cap. So that kind of puts him in like a superhero light, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah, he just like right up against the pillar because he wants to know what does
Do you know who I
yes,
am?
thank you. Does he really? He doesn't really get an answer either.
No,
It,
no,
it
they don't. I don't
doesn't
think they
help
tell him
really.
because it from there it pans out to Sam and Bucky in the prison,
Prison. Yeah.
and they
And they're
go.
heading to
And Bucky wants
no.
to go in alone. Sam's all like, "You really think that's a good idea? What if he says the word?" Well, he didn't say what if he says the words, but I said what if he says the words. I was
We
like,
were
yeah,
both
we were
like,
both like,
oh,
he's
he's
gonna
gonna
say
say
the
it.
fucking words.
He's gonna immediately he's gonna
Yeah.
try and like
I don't know. Half of
and
me would have expected Bucky to react, but the other half of me is like, no, he's past that.
well, okay, my whole thing was on that scene was like, yes, he's gonna say the words, but not for like until halfway through the scene, and that's gonna like tick something in Bucky's brain. It's not gonna fully
Yeah.
change him, but it's definitely gonna like
I
throw
think
his
that failed him
PTSD.
when he went like right off the bat.
That's exactly it. That's when we get into like the actual prison scene with Bucky and Zemo, and he says them immediately.
Yeah, yeah, like right away.
Like he doesn't even try to break him down a little. He just says it. There is a reason for it. We'll get into that in like a second. But like the fact that he just throws them out right away. Comes out of the darkness. Really dramatic scene too. He's
Yeah.
saying them and walking out of the darkness like
Well, it
Marvel,
makes
we
us
had
be
better
like,
faith in this.
oh no, and then Bucky just kind of stands there. He's like, that part of me's
I
gone,
get,
man.
well, that's the thing. Like after all the movies I've seen, that just seemed melodramatic. It didn't seem like it was gonna put me in that oh no thought. I've seen enough movies to be like, nah. This is just goofy. I don't like this. This is melodramatic for the sake of melodramaticism. So like,
Is that a word?
it's dramatism, but I
Oh,
was trying to
okay.
sound all like,
Okay, I wasn't sure if
no,
dramatism was actually a word.
drama. Yeah, that is. But yeah, so like, he says the words, and it does not even
Yeah, it
touch.
doesn't
Like
work. And so
one,
basically the whole reason Bucky's even in there is he's trying to figure out, well, he assumes that Zemo has something to do with the super serum
the
being out
fact
there
that
again.
yeah, it's in circulation again. So like that's
Yeah.
huge.
So yeah, so
That's huge.
Bucky or Zemo, he senses that right away. He's like, well, the fact that you think that I have something to do with it means that you're desperate, and
Exactly.
you guys are
You guys,
out of ideas.
you have no idea, do you? Because I have nothing to do with it. But this is great. Welcome to my chess game. You've just played your first pawn, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it proves that Zemo is definitely going to be that like 3 steps ahead kind of villain, where like everyone's playing
Which
checkers and
he kind of had that whole vibe throughout the
exactly
episode.
right, exactly. So they
Yeah.
really hammer that home too, which is beautiful. Give me some character. Zemo is now our like he's our brainiac. If I were to quote like DC, he's our 3 steps ahead guy who's way smarter than he's putting off of, and way smarter
Way
than the guys we
smarter.
have. We have okay. Welcome to okay. Marvel Studios presents Punchy and the Punchy Puncher. Um, so like this villain is definitely working for me. He's our Papa Palps, and I'm into it.
Yeah. So
Uh, yeah,
from
you're assuming
there,
how maybe desperate. He's talking about yeah. Well, yeah.
well,
Sorry.
yeah, because that's pretty much the whole thing that we didn't really get a whole lot from that conversation.
No. He asked about the book. He asked
Oh
about
yeah,
Zemo's book right immediately after that, and it
yeah, he's
shows that
reading
like
Machiavelli. He's reading about
yeah.
Tupac down in Cuba.
But and then we see like the extra layer to the scene where no, there's actually like a card, like a thing there inside the book, and that's why he brought it up because again, Bucky's not so dumb neither, right?
Yeah.
He saw it, he picked it out, and instead of just being like, "What is that?" Grab you by the throat, I'm Batman. He was like, "What are you reading?" Because he knew that Zemo was 2 steps ahead and was like, "Oh, you saw it? Okay, here, I'm going to pick it up and talk about the book because there are prison guards around and they both have that extra thought of like, we're going to play it cool." But you can tell in their brains, they were like basically brain talking to each other like, "What's that? Oh, this, it is important." Love that scene. Showed that if you were really paying attention, it meant a lot. Or if you weren't paying attention, it still meant something.
Yeah.
The whole Machiavelli thing was like it's definitely like a good foreshadowing of like who Zemo really is, right?
Yeah. Fucking psycho.
Great scene coming up though.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll let you
Where
explain
are
that
we?
because you kind of understand the way that they filmed it with the whole like Ocean's 11 kind of stuff.
Okay,
Because
cool.
I never saw
You,
Ocean's 11.
as the MCU guy though, you know more about the area that they go into. So go into
Yeah,
that
I'm
first.
still
They go
not
into
100% on it. I'm pretty sure, but
I think
yeah,
so.
from the jail cell scene, they move into they move into the the garage
Yeah.
from Winter Soldier, where Bucky and Sam had uh, or not Bucky and Sam and Cap had Bucky's arm stuck in the vice grip. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's the place. I mean, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but
Or comment down below if
yeah,
we're wrong.
yeah,
We'll get to it next
definitely
episode.
comment down below if we're wrong about something. If you've got any thoughts or questions, we'll
Yeah.
answer them in real time.
Yeah. And even so, if you're watching this after and you're on YouTube watching our YouTube video on demand, comment. We look at every single comment
Yeah,
and we will get
absolutely.
to it next episode next week on next Friday. We'll bring that up. So make sure if you guys have thoughts and you're watching later within the week, give it to us. We'll still pay attention to it. We won't forget you.
Yeah, we'll call it the mailbag.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll have a mailbag session at the end of every episode. So get your
Oh my
so
god.
even if you're not
Yeah,
in the chat watching live, if you're watching on YouTube or on my Twitch VODs afterwards, yeah, just
please.
type in a
Yeah.
comment and we'll get to it next week and we'll answer your questions, respond to your thoughts.
100%.
So yeah. So the whole way.
Yeah.
So Bucky wants to break Zemo out of jail, and everybody knows where the hell Sam's head's going right away. He's like, fuck no,
Nope.
no.
Nope. I flew a little bit because it's Sam.
Yeah.
But yeah, nope, 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 100% nope. Yeah, he's immediately hating on it, and Bucky starts giving him the plan. And what I was getting at earlier when we were watching the episode is this is basically a 100% Ocean's 11 thing, like a reference, because while they're in Ocean's 11, they're talking about the casino heist, and it keeps flashing forward, or in the context of watching it, like we did the episode, it's flashing to like a fantasy of what he's trying to get at in the plan of this is what's happening. But we're actually seeing it in real time where the main scene happened before. Just like in Ocean 11, where he's talking about how they're going to break in and steal the money. That's actually happening while he's talking about it. And we get to the actual scene when it goes on. And oh my God, what a sweet buildup to basically tell Sam that, yeah, I already did it, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
wow.
The cool part
Because,
too is
yeah,
like during that scene is when, or during that part when Sam or when Bucky's finally like, yeah, we already did it, is when
yeah,
Zemo is walking in from the other side of the
enters
garage.
the
And
garage.
oh, what an entrance.
Yeah, and like don't misquote us for this, because like there was never like an actual scene where he was like, oh, like it already happened. He was basically trying to play like, well, and then
Here's my
Zemo comes in.
idea, but
Yeah,
it had already
yeah,
happened before that.
yeah.
So
He's
he was
like, this
just
is what's going to
explaining what
happen.
he did without telling Sam that he right out did it already.
So good. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I
Oh
recommend
man.
Ocean's 11. Don't recommend the other ones, but if you guys like that kind
Ocean's
of
12 and
shit,
13 sucked.
not good. There
Okay,
was
I'll
like
watch 11 and I'll stop.
11's great. Fantastic. But yeah, no, so Zemo's here. He's
Yeah.
in the garage.
Yeah, breaks
Yeah.
out Alfred.
Oh my God,
Alfred.
yeah, okay. Really, really quickly before we get to that, he goes into the car that's in the garage, and what does he
Oh
pick
yeah,
up?
yeah, he pulls out a bag with some stuff and his purple mask
Oh, his
that you can see
balaclava.
right underneath Frosty.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Zemo. Ah.
I know. I got Sharon under me.
Wait.
No, no. Go away. Go away.
We'll get to that later. Yeah, ow. Ow. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. Ow. But yeah, no, we get some fanfare. We get some comic book fanfare.
Yeah, see,
This is
that's
Zemo's
out of
like
my hands. I know no comics, so that
Zemo
is
is
you.
Zemo is 100,000 bajillion%. That is his main gear. Well, Baron Zemo. I'm going to say that right now. There is another Zemo who's in the comic, but Baron Zemo has always been in like kind of like the balaclava goes towards his chest more, and it's like in the same kind of like it's purple vertical stripes of black, has a logo on the top, white eyes, and then like he's got like a tactical vest on, a purple outfit, but then it goes into black with the tac vest. This is like the modern one. We are getting not a super modern one. We're
Yeah.
getting the furry coat one, which is if you were super duper into the comics, you'd be like, yes, we're getting this one. And like, don't get me wrong, we might see this for a little bit and then get a tack vest version later. But like, we're getting trench coat with the furry like collar. Yes, we're getting
Yeah.
like OG Zemo baby. Like he's never had the fur in all like the modern comics,
Oh, okay.
but he's always had fur in this kind of area ever since he showed up.
That
It
is a
was
sharp jacket. I like it. It
I
also
love
kinda reminds me of Star-Lord's jacket.
okay, I get it.
Just the
Star-Lord was
red,
very furry,
the
though.
red, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Quill has like he's got the flare on the collar, the same way
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Zemo
Definitely a
has the
flary.
fur on
Yeah.
his.
Yeah, definitely like
So
a flary comic collar. God. But yeah, no, we're getting definitely like an OG Zemo. which is why we're getting the first version of John Walker's cap with the star on his chest and so on and so forth. I believe, like my theory was earlier, we're going to hit all the comic beats within this series because we hit all the comic beats within like the Hulk appearances, like everybody else's. Like we get Thunderbolt Thaddeus Ross. We get him in a couple movies too, and it shows his couple arcs so far from going
Yeah.
as general to government official who's being able to oversee accords and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and again, in such short time because they have such a huge universe that's been going on since the 50s. They have so much to go off of that they have to put in little itty bitty bite sized pieces, but are still super understandable to the world at whole. And they've been doing it very well. So I think we're getting first issue Zemo, like we got the Mark One Iron Man, but then we're gonna move on to like more versions of Zemo. I swear it. I'm hoping for it because by the end he's going to have to fight something or fight someone, and he's going to have to be fully out with the tack vest and in the like suit, and he's going to be full new Zemo or the Marvel Universe's version of it kind of thing. Let's go. Let's go,
Very
Marvel.
good. Very good.
Very good. Yeah, we Zemo's free. Where are they going though? They're on a plane after this scene.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and
they're
that's where I want to get
yeah,
to with Alfred. I love
yeah.
this
So,
butler fucking flight attendant dude. He is so
oh
good.
my god.
He is like the most awkward old
Oh
guy. He
god,
just
yeah.
reminds you of just a super awkward Alfred.
Yeah, like
And
you get like a little Alfred kind of tinge to him. You're like,
yeah, it's like
ooh.
Zemo greets him, he kisses him on one cheek and then the other, like you do in Europe. And then Sam
Mhm.
walks by and he kind of like gives him a little bow, and then Bucky just saunters on past him. And like that whole
Mhm.
scene there, you look at the old guy's face and he's just like super like I don't like this.
Right? I don't think we've had ever. I don't like other than like no. I don't think like Zemo's
Yes.
ever had
Okay, I figured out the music.
another.
Sweet.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, no, I've never like Baron Zemo. I'll keep saying that with the comic knowledge. Baron
Yeah,
Zemo.
yeah, yeah. Because he's referred to as Baron Zemo in this
Yeah, so he's
episode. We
never
get there
had.
a little bit sooner later.
Have we ever gotten Helmet Zemo yet? I don't think
Well,
so
no,
in the
we got
MC.
Helmet Zemo and Winter Soldier.
I thought so. Okay,
I
we
mean,
got
his
Helmet.
name in all of this is Helmet Zemo. So
Yes, yes, yes. I'll get into that in a little bit. Yeah, I was gonna
okay,
say there's yeah, because he's been both, but Baron Zemo is like his superhero,
because
supervillain name.
okay, because this is Baron Helmet Zemo,
Yeah, yeah,
like Helmet Zemo the Baron.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well,
I
not
think
anymore
yeah,
since his country got destroyed by a falling
yeah. I was gonna say
country.
he's been kind of but yeah, you understand 100% then. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured we got that before and all that, but I didn't want to kind of on everybody's parade. So yeah, no, okay. So like I'm we've never had him with like an Alfred kind of butler guy, so this is kind of cute. I like
Yeah,
this.
I
I
do
really
like
enjoy
that.
it.
Anyway, yeah, that was just a little tidbit. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, so uh, Zemo's they're in the plane, and Zemo has Bucky's notebook, and he's
Yeah.
flipping through it, and he says Nakajima.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Bucky just snaps. He's like, "Don't you say that name!"
He goes for the throat. Hell
Yeah,
yeah. And that's in reference to our boy from the last episode and yada yada. And like
yeah, poor old
we
man.
get it. Yeah, we get
Actually, we
it.
didn't even see Mr. Did we see Mr. Nakajima in the last episode? I think it was just the first one.
It must have been just the first one. Yeah, the other
Yeah,
one was more of them fighting flag smashers for the first time, but
yeah.
like laster episode, I guess. But
So the lead that Zemo has us going to Madripoor.
Madripoor.
Now is Madripoor a real place?
I believe it's like a Marvel city.
Okay, so it's like
Yeah,
um, Sokovia.
yeah. Wakanda,
Wakanda,
Sokovia.
yeah.
It's basically like a Neopolis where it's like bad guys,
Yeah, it's a pirate
criminals.
sanctuary, and I called it Disco
I,
Tokyo.
Disco Tokyo. Oh yes, 100%. Nothing but neon. We got big bridges. We got people partying all the time. Seems awesome.
Yeah.
To be brutally
So
honest,
yeah,
I'm
they
super
show up on, like, they get fast forward through the plane ride. And now they're in Madripoor, and they show up at the end of this bridge that goes into the city of Madripoor,
yeah.
and they get picked up by a car, which I thought was kind of sketchy to begin with. Like, you're going to a pirate place and you're getting picked up by a car.
You're
And
asking if
then
you're
you're
taking
driving down this road and you got a whole bunch of motorcycle like Madra cops that just show up on the sides of you and on the back. Like, there's six of
right.
them. Like right there, I thought they were gonna get shot up and the car flipped and shit like that, but
No, they all just
no.
went left because they were just going down the road with them. It really wasn't nothing important for that scene. They were just
Yeah,
driving down the road and they were with them and they just went left. Very cool. Very cool, somber scene where it made you feel tense, but then it was like, okay, they're in. Um, so like they're all like in disguise in Madripoor.
yeah, yeah.
We
So
get,
okay, so
yeah,
Zemo is Zemo.
Zemo
Um,
Zemo.
Sam has to disguise himself as this. What is Smiling Tiger?
Smiling Tiger is a Marvel villain from the comics who is his real name's Conrad Mack. He's a criminal. He's covered in orange fur, big old claws. He's just like he's
Oh, so
like
he's
a
Sabretooth.
I was gonna say he's a Wolverine type kind of berserker and stuff like that in those kind of
Spoiler
powers
alert:
and stuff.
Sabretooth is Wolverine's brother.
I hope people knew that if they're watching
I don't
this.
know how many people actually watch Origins Wolverine, so
Right, or read the comics ever since like 1970 something. But no, but yeah, no. Sam's undercover, and he's trying to be Conrad Mack, who is the Smiling Tiger. And the MCU kind of changed it to kind of like a mafia kind of mafioso gangster pimp who's like charge of a lot of things, and he's literally Sam in disguise in the picture. When they show the picture,
yeah.
it's literally Anthony Mackie dressed like
Yeah,
this. So
it's
he does
got
look
to
like
that
him.
has to be Anthony Mackie. It's got to be.
Oh God, I pulled up a reference photo. It definitely is. It literally is.
Yeah. Perfect.
And he's got like the beads on, and he's got like a sweet blue, like kind of like overshirt, dress shirt with like suns on it, or like flowers or something like that. And like that's what the MCU has made Smiling Tiger for now. They did the same with a
Yeah.
couple people.
Now, do you think we see the real Smiling Tiger?
I'm I'm thinking they probably don't have time for that
Yeah.
if this is gonna be like WandaVision and it's
I
only the
think I
one.
think Madripoor was just kind of a one and done thing. Like the whole reason,
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
yeah, they
exactly.
don't need to go
Yeah.
back there. So
Right. I'm thinking this is again, they don't have the time. With WandaVision, they only
unless the
had so many
suspected
episodes.
big bad goes after him,
Yeah, we might get something like
because
that.
I mean,
But I'm gonna say
we kind of get a new big bad in this episode.
yeah,
Because on their
yeah.
drive down through Madripoor to where they're going, they drive by a
Mhm.
mural that says, "The power broker is watching."
The power broker is watching.
Now, power broker is from the comics, yes?
Hell yes, he is.
Okay, take it away.
Power broker's a guy who's top tier businessman. He owns something called, get this, Power Broker Incorporated.
No way!
Yeah, they love
That's
writing.
horrible. That's a dropped ball.
I know the power broker. He owns Power Broker Incorporated. I know, and basically his whole
Like
shtick
saying Ronald
was
McDonald owns McDonald's.
straight up though. There's a guy. I mean, oh, can Tim Horton? Sorry, but
But wasn't Tim Hortons made after Tim Horton died? Or did Tim Horton
I
found
believe
Tim Hortons?
he founded it. I believe he
Okay.
founded it. So we got the power broker, and Well, he really like his powers is cool. Have you ever watched The Misfits?
No.
The English kind of like the British kind of TV show about kids who are delinquents and they get electric shocked while they're on like a community service thing and they gain superpowers. Very good show if you haven't
Hmm.
watched it.
How long has that been out
In
for?
A long time.
Okay.
It's yeah, you can watch the whole thing. I suggest anything past season
See,
4
I
sucks.
always thought that The Misfits was a show about the band.
Fair.
Like, for real.
Great band, by the way. Great band, by the way. Not that's not Misfits, but that's
But
Falcon Face.
I never listened to The Misfits, so I was just like, man.
the
Now that I know
the
it's actually like super people, I'm gonna watch the shit out of that.
You watch Game of Thrones, right?
No.
Do you know Ramsay in Game of
Yes, I
Thrones at
watched
all?
the Game of Thrones, Frosty.
Of course, I know. I was just kind of like, I was like,
Yes,
have
Ramsey,
you know
Ramsey.
of Ramsay Bolton? He's one of the main characters of it, but he plays like a shy teenager who gains invisibility powers, and he uses it to like. He's very good in it. Okay, it's awesome. But yeah, what I was getting at, back to the beginning, he was in the second season of Misfits, or third or fourth season, later on in the seasons, they find a guy who can take powers and give powers. So the power broker can give powers. He's given himself all the powers he's ever needed so far. He can create lightning strikes. He can fly around. He can give himself these powers.
Why
So
hasn't
what
he
he
taken
does,
over the world already?
because he's a businessman, he
Guess if you own
instead
the world, you don't really like.
what's money when you're top tier? Why would
Yeah.
you can just have stuff, right? Nah, he's a businessman. He created a company, Power Broker Incorporated, who gives humans and other species superpowers in return for 70% of whatever they earn using those abilities. Because if they don't pay up, he can just take them back.
Sounds like a really bad payday loan.
70%? Yeah, this is like cash
That's
money. Vote for
horrible.
cash money, Doug. So he's actually really fun tidbit. He's an Ant-Man villain, first and foremost.
Really?
So
Hmm.
he showed up more in Ant-Man.
We could
Kind of
see
cool,
uh
right?
see him in the Cassie Lang stuff, maybe.
Oh, see again, hitting story beats in series really quickly to get to the
Planting
important stuff.
seeds.
Planting seeds, exactly. So like, I believe, oh God, spoilers. If you guys really want to read any of the Ant-Man stuff, please stop listening for the next 15 seconds. Cassie Lang became a villain and was a part of Power Broker Incorporated. Okay, y'all can
What?
start listening again. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, that excites me.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for, if you guys are really into like spoilers for the comics and you guys pause that, basically you're gonna get real excited. Read more Ant-Man. I'll just say that right now. So yeah. What are we getting into next after this? We get to see the thing. We're getting into the club, aren't we? We're looking for Selby.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a note here that says smug look on Zemo's face, but I can't remember
Yeah.
what it was in response to.
I can't remember either.
Okay,
Did
so we
we
get the
see
monkey symbol.
I was gonna say, did we
Did you
see the
search up
monkey
the
symbol?
monkey symbol?
I couldn't find a lot of anything,
Really?
which is weird because I guess it must have been, we've seen it before just in the end credits, right? Like, and that's what went off on it in my brain. I don't know. Like in real life, the monkey symbol is like associated with good stuff, joyfulness. There was the Brad Pitt movie called 12 Monkeys, which was about time travel.
It's the
So
brass monkey.
Brass monkey.
I
That
know, I
funky
know, I
monkey.
know.
So, hey, that could just reference intergalactic. Are we going to have this outside the actual like sword base in space? Like we got the moon reference, we got
The
thunderbolts,
brass monkey
we got
saloon. That's where they
right,
went.
like Yeah,
So maybe, okay, the Brass Monkey first appeared in Captain America comics of the late 80s, but before the group arrives there, they pass another Madripoor bar, the Princess Bar. In the
that's another
comics,
one.
Princess Bar is owned by a man named O'Donnell, and it has
Yeah,
some connection to the X-Men and Wolverine in a white tux with an eye patch.
yeah. Okay, cool. He's just like an offshoot villain. So
Okay, yeah, I
because
couldn't
I
find
know the
anything
X
about the
Men.
logo. I'm assuming the logo is just in ties with the bar.
Yes, yeah. Okay, and we've seen it in the end credits. That's where my brain kind of went to,
Yeah.
where I was like, I've seen that before. I need to think about it, and then we saw it in the end credits for the past 3 episodes now.
Yeah,
So
so
that makes sense.
that's where we saw it before, probably. I still feel like I
Um,
saw it before that, but I've said that about a few things in the last few days, so I'm not really leaning towards believing that.
of course, right? Again, it's Marvel. You can't really put all your eggs in one basket because they're
Mm-mm.
just gonna smash your eggs and make scrambled all over the place.
Yeah, and then make you cry about it.
Thank you for
And
bringing that
they
up, though, about the Princess
Infinity
Bar and
War.
him, because Madripoor is a huge part of the X Men.
Really? I've heard the
Um,
name before. I've heard Madripoor before,
yeah,
but again, it's one of those things like I've heard it before, but I don't know when.
could it maybe have been referenced in like X2 or like
I
The
don't
Last Stand or something? Maybe
think
just like in past.
so. I just recently watched those, so maybe. I
That's
mean,
what
I
I'm
just
thinking.
recently watched all the X-Men movies, but
So that's the thing.
except
Maybe
for the
there was.
Japanese Wolverine one.
I love that one. You know, there's
Really?
a deleted scene where he gets his fucking mask.
I
They
just
took
watched
that
the
out.
other I just watched the other one so I can laugh at bad Deadpool.
Fair. Oh my God, he has laser eyes and he can't
Like
speak.
he's got laser eyes, swords
He,
for hands, a
but he
sewn
teleports
shut
though.
mouth so he can't be the merc with the mouth.
That was my big thing. He does teleport though, and that's an actual Deadpool thing. Deadpool can
Okay,
always have teleported
I mean
before.
the whole
So
concept of
that's
like
the
the whole
one thing they got it
X11s,
right.
all these powers kind of thing. I like the idea, executed poorly, so poorly.
When Captain America and Wolverine first met,
I
it
want
was
that.
in the comics. It was well, not first met, but they once met in the early years on Madripoor because Wolverine was like that was his Gotham for a bit, where he actually spent the time to protect it and do all yada yada and stuff. So
Maybe.
that's super left field, right? So I don't know,
Just don't know. So yeah.
right?
Anyway, so we're in
Yeah,
the
we're looking for
we're in
Selby
the
and
bar and everybody's discussing. We forgot about Bucky. Bucky is sent back to a place that he doesn't want to be. He has to pretend
yeah,
to be the Winter
yeah,
Soldier.
yeah. He
So
really
now
does.
they're in the bar, and a really funny scene here is they go up to the bar, and the bartender guy says something to Zemo. I can't remember what he says to Zemo, but then he
Mhm.
looks at Sam as the smiling tiger, and he's like, "Oh, the usual." And he's like
Yeah,
he's eyeing Sam up the whole time. He knows there's something off about it.
right.
He
Because
knew
again,
something.
if you think about it, the usual. So he's been there a lot.
Hmm.
He's been seen. His mannerisms are seen by this
That was
bartender.
my big thing. Like I was like, Sam, you better just pick that thing up and down it, or because yeah, he gets
Yeah.
this shot that has like exotic snake meat in it.
Oh my God, it's so. I think it's like venom. Maybe I think they extract the venom from it too.
No,
From one of.
he sliced it. It was maybe the venom gland.
From like, yeah, I was gonna say from the gland or sac, right?
Yeah.
And then poured it because like, homie takes it like a champ,
Yeah, but he hesitated, and I didn't like that. It's like,
and that was
Sam,
the
you know what's
problem.
at stake here. Just down the damn thing. Just take
I
it and
know, right?
bruh.
He's a goddamn soldier. He should know this. He should like
He's an
being like a spec ops
Avenger.
soldier.
He should know this.
He should definitely know to just like because we're gonna get into it in a second. Bucky sure picks the fucking roll and clicks with it pretty damn fast.
Oh yeah, because Zemo, he all says attack in German, Sokovian, Russian, whatever, and
Foreign.
Yeah, yeah, it's East Asia,
Yeah.
Northeast Asia, and Bucky just goes berserk,
Very
just
awesome. He
starts beating the crap out of people.
grabs the guy with his metallic hand and crushes it back and walks with him a couple steps and like
I love
he's
watching shit like that. It's like stop the fist and just
right.
your
Now,
hand's
I'm
broken now.
what I want is the fact that that's just Bucky playing a role really, really well. But what if he actually did snap for a second?
I don't see it.
All right. No, I know. I just wanted to give a what if, right? What if? Because, what if the words earlier actually did mean something?
And he just didn't get all the way through him. He managed to cut him off before they
Nah,
fully
nah,
took hold.
nah. I'm thinking something really, really. What? This is a what if right now. This is a theory. This is not like something I believe in 100%. But what if when he did say the words, yes, Bucky was like, that's not me anymore. But deep, 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 deep down in his subconscious, something was let out there. And when he said in the words to attack, it threw him into not like a frenzy where he was fighting. It threw him into like, I should do this to do it.
I think if that were to happen, they would have done something with Bucky's eyes.
Fair. Because that
Because
was always
I
like the
don't remember
main
seeing
focal
any
point.
like
No, no, again.
flip switch
Again,
or switch
I'm
flip
coming from flip switch.
flip switch. I always say flip switch.
Flip
It's
switch.
switch flip.
Yeah. So what if I'm just saying this is from like the leftist of left fields, right?
Okay.
There is a small seed planted where maybe something
I like
was unlocked
when
there,
I found out that Zemo was going to be in this show, I've had a feeling that Bucky is going to snap back to the Winter Soldier at some point. And like
right?
you said, I think Zemo's just kind of planting that seed
It's
to
just
try
kind
and
of
bring him
pushing,
back
right?
into that fold.
Because imagine you're in Zemo's like boots and you're like, or mask, and you're like, how do I bring Bucky back? Well, first off, we say the words, throw him off his kilter. Oh, he didn't agree to that? Okay, fine. Let's bring him back to Madripoor now. And let's make him act like the Winter Soldier. So like he's definitely, definitely putting some little planted seeds in there.
Yeah.
I can
I
see
know
it
I don't
100.
want Bucky to turn, but I have a
Again,
feeling he's going to at some point, and I have a
that's the
feeling
thing.
that Sam's going to have to fight him
See, that's the thing. That's why I said earlier when I was first going off of
with
my
the
like theory
shield.
tangent, I was like, this isn't yeah, exactly right. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I like wanted to say I wanted to cover my bases at the beginning there. At like the beginning of my theory was not what I want, but here's my theory of what might.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We don't want it, but again, it's Marvel. There is a chance that it might. So that's the scary thing, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, um, what is it? The danger of super soldiers is they become symbols. That was before Madripoor. I wanted to get into really
Oh
quickly.
yeah, yeah, that's right. That was on the plane.
Yeah, so that's a good one. That's a good one because again, it really shows how yeah, Cap started off as a monkey mascot, and now we have John Walker starting off as a monkey mascot. And again, his path still looks like this, so he
A
could either
monkey
be what
mascot with an ego.
that's the thing, right? He's an orangutan. He's aggressive. No, like maybe that's the thing. Again, my whole thing about his whole ego thing is I think it's a facade. Like the
That's
whole
fair.
thing about him, because the whole thing about him in the mirror could have been huge foreshadowing from the first episode where it's like he's standing in front of the mirror, and maybe all of these cocky things he said, or when he snapped there, his voice cracked. You know, like when he
Yeah.
threw the guy against the pillar.
Do you know who I am?
So like maybe he's just like kick ass in a superhero world. He's a guy who wanted this, but then realized, holy crap, I am not this. So again, that's
Yeah.
my brain is super split.
So, anyways,
Um,
Zemo
yeah, okay,
Zemo
so
calls Bucky off, and then the bartender's
yeah,
all like, "Okay, Selby will see you now," because that's who they're looking for. They're looking for this Selby lady.
yeah, Selby.
And so yeah, they go up and they're talking to Selby, and she's kind of looking around, and like I think she sensed something was off from the get go, just from Zemo being there. But
In my notes, we skipped a quick part. It's
oh
the wait one sec. My notes say that we're at the GRC resettlement camp quickly before we're at the
oh
bar looking for Selby, and we see Callie, and someone tells her that there's not much time with someone.
oh, that's right. Yeah, she goes in. I have the name here somewhere.
Just yeah, quickly.
Um,
Darby, Danya.
Danya Madani.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Darby.
Danya Madani. We don't really
WandaVision.
know what her whole
Darcy.
thing is right then, but it's a picture of Flag Smasher girl, uh, on her
hmm
at her bed, and she's passed on, and she's all sad and stuff. So
And that's
I
gonna
think Danya might have been like the sitting leader of the Flag Smashers,
right.
whereas what is her name?
Carly.
Carly, that's it. I thought you said Kelly before, so I was like, it's not Kelly. But
Yeah, it's
but
Kelly.
yeah. So like Carly is like the squad leader, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas
She's like
Danya, I think, was
commanding
the
officer.
elder.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're talking to Selby, yes?
Yeah. We're in the Selby.
Yeah, now
She's
we're
on a
talking to
couch.
Selby. She says that the serum is in Madripoor, made by a guy named Nagel.
Dr. Nagel. Yeah.
Dr. Nagel. And so they're talking about the serum and how to get it and that kind of stuff. And then idiot Sam's phone goes off.
Why did you not shut your phone off before you even got to Madripoor? You
Uh huh.
dumb.
What, are you afraid that the
Like,
army's gonna call you and be like, "Oh, you guys got to go get the Flag Smashers right now"? Yeah, no, that's what you have Cap for.
right? And like the whole fact that, the Flag Smashers were like super into mobile stuff and they like organize flash mobs. And, there's definitely some Black Knight hackers on there, like searching everyone's location to their phone too. That's basic stuff, Sam. You could have had that thing shut off before you got on the damn plane.
Yeah.
So Sarah calls him.
Yeah. So Sarah calls
Yeah.
him, and Selby's like, "Answer it on speakerphone."
On speaker. Sam does pretty well in this scene.
He does.
He
He
tries.
does not
He
bad.
tries.
He answers it, and he's kind of being a dick to Sarah, and says that
I
he's
know
gonna
about the
kill the
damn
bank
boat.
loan guy.
Yeah, because
And then
yeah,
she calls him Sam at the end.
that was the main thing. He was doing okay until Sarah
And
mentioned
then
his
Selby's
name.
like, "Sam, kill them
Who's Sam?
all." And then a
And
bullet comes through the goddamn window and just straight through
Sel-
Selby. Selby's
Selby's
dead.
gone. Selby
Yeah,
dropped.
Selby's dead.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
And instantly, a text goes
Right.
out to every single Boba Fett in Madripoor.
All the bounty
Every
hunters,
single
baby.
bounty hunter saying
Every single one.
Selby is dead, 1,000 Bitcoin bounty for her killers. And you did an inflation lookup
Yeah, each
for
Bitcoin is
Bitcoin for
yeah,
2023.
yeah. Bitcoin would be like on the way it's going, well over like it's currently 700 and something $1,000 a Bitcoin.
70,000.
One sec. No, yeah, I think you're right. 70 something thousand. I'm just gonna quickly double check Bitcoin price because yeah, 74. Yeah,
74.5.
74.5. Yeah,
Oh my god.
74.5 Canadian dollars.
That's
So inflate that
insane.
to American because probably
All my
most of our
donations will be going into Bitcoin. So donate at streamlabs.com/jflawless7/tip. Let's see how much Bitcoin we can frickin' raise, guys.
right? Y'all
60,000
get
American almost.
right 60,000 American per
Let's get J
Bitcoin.
Flawless 7 a Bitcoin.
So how many Bitcoins were offered for Sam's head?
1,000.
I'm just gonna quickly just dupe and dupe. Add just 2 zeros add 3 zeros basically to the end of that.
7.5 million.
$59 million American. Wow. That'd get my Jimmy's rustled.
75
I'd
million or
definitely
7.5 million.
in American it's 59 million, so it would be 75 or something.
Oh damn, that is million. Shit.
Yeah. So that would make
That's a
me
lot of
shoot
money
an
on
Avenger.
Bucky and Sam's head
I'd definitely shoot an Avenger
because
or two for that
they're
much.
blaming them as the killers.
Yeah, I'd give myself a chance. You
Now,
know?
now
Yeah.
was Selby killed by the person we meet next?
100%. It came from outside the window. I believe that was a foreshadow. I think so.
So yeah, everyone in Madripoor is a freaking Boba Fett bounty hunter.
Yeah, they're all a Zam Wessel.
Yeah, Zam Wessel, because they all look different. They're all changelings.
They're all a
But
dank ferret.
yeah, so they're all going after Bucky and Sam because they assume that Bucky and Sam are the ones that killed her.
Yeah, yeah.
And so they're running away, and they run into
Oh
none
man,
freaking
yeah.
other than Agent 13.
Let's go, baby.
Agent 13,
Sharon,
Sharon Carter.
Sharon, baby. Oh, it's gonna
Right
be
down
so
here.
good. Again, trailers and posters definitely ruined that.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a Sam Wilson, Bucky Barnes show
100%.
without Sharon
And I
Carter.
definitely don't think this was their like big reveal for anything yet.
No,
because we get something
not
way
by a
later.
long shot.
We get something
Something
later.
nobody that's super low key but super huge.
Yeah, definitely way later. So this was not their big one. So of course they put it in the trailer. And I think that's the same reason why they put Baron's whole balaclava in the trailers and the whole Carly being the leader instead in the trailers. Because there's much bigger things
Yeah.
to come that we
So
don't know of. And I'm so excited for that.
yeah, so they go through this big conversation of
Yeah.
why Sharon's not in the States, and Sam's like, well, come back to the States, we'll get you a pardon. They pardon frickin' this guy with the frickin' I'm
Yeah.
trying to point, there we go. This guy with the frickin'
That
metal
dude.
arm that killed pretty much everybody he fought,
Yeah, he did.
and they gave
He was
gave
also
him a
really
frickin' pardon, so why can't they give
he was blamed for
frickin'
killing
Margaret
like
Carter's
T'Chaka.
niece a pardon?
What is it? It's called regicide when you kill a king. Yeah, he was literally wanted for regicide
Yeah.
for the killing of T'Chaka. So they got him a pardon.
Now, is it still considered regicide because it happened in Vienna?
Foreign, like, yeah, I was gonna say foreign soil. I
Because
believe
Vienna is a
so.
democracy, is it not?
Yes, I
Or well,
believe
Italy.
just for the act of killing a monarch, like a king or queen and stuff, would just
To be
class itself under
extradited and charged in Wakanda as regicide.
regicide. Yeah,
Yeah.
100% as like an assassin to the throne.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Sherry, baby, you're gonna be fine. Don't
Oh
worry
my
about
god.
it.
Yeah, I just got huge Dr. Cox vibes from that. Like he's
Straight
talking to
up, though.
JD, calling him a girl's name.
Right? Straight up. She's gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So anyway,
Like
she's got an apartment in Hightown. So now they've
friends in
got friends in
Hightown. Yeah.
Hightown. So they go up there and it's like there's all this art. Because I guess that's
Yeah.
how Sharon's making her money is selling art.
Stolen, 100% real.
And Sam's all
Art.
like, nah, this is all fake. All the stuff is like in the Louvre and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And
Normie.
yeah, I've got something here on my notes. It says, "What's Google say?"
I was gonna say my notes say Sam Googles it.
Yeah, Sam Google's where the pieces of art are.
Because obviously, yeah, no, these are all real. The fake ones are like in Italy and in the Vatican and yada yada. And the Smithsonian has some art, but none of that's real because it was all stolen and brought into Madripoor.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
Now,
beautiful world building.
where
Again,
does Ulysses Claw steal the vibranium from? Was that the Smithsonian, or was that just some rinky-dink museum?
I
Black
don't.
Panther, Ulysses
Yeah,
Claw, yeah.
yeah. No. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think.
Or is it? Yeah,
Just I'm
I
going through
think
some
it was just some rinky-dink museum.
right. I don't know. It's just kind of like
The museum lady didn't know what the hell it was.
I'll
So.
go through scenes later. I'll bring it up later. I'll put it in a comment if I come up with it. But yeah, no, they're talking and like they say about the shield because it's just well, they're talking about the hunk of metal.
Oh, that's right, the hunk of metal.
Yeah.
Because yeah, no, they're not going anywhere yet. They're going to bin 4261.
Well, no, they're still in between the museum at this time, I believe. They're
Oh,
talking
right,
about
they're still at Sharon's apartment.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah. They're talking about a hunk of metal that did so much and ruined things and that's and he says, "Why did you put it in a museum, Sam?" And that's where it's like, yeah, the hunk of metal
because
they're
things
talking
get
about.
stolen from museums.
100%. And then people get arrested, and all of a sudden they're living in Madripoor, and like, no, basically. But yeah, the whole fact that like they don't want to reference it as a shield until like they're
It's
like
theirs.
seriously though, bro. Yeah, until they're like seriously though, bro, the shield, and they're like, no, it's just it's just this. It's a symbol. It's a hunk of metal. It's a weapon. It's blah blah blah. They never want to say like
Steve's shield.
exactly the
Steve had to
symbol that
go back to a different timeline to get that shield.
damn straight, damn fucking straight, damn straight.
That
So
is
like
Steve's.
100%. Well, hell, well, I mean, Iron Man made the first one, so like technically, like
Well,
next of kin to like
no.
the
Howard
death of
Stark
Iron Man.
made the first one.
Yeah, you're right. He made the first one. I was gonna say I was thinking of Iron Man
Well, I
one,
mean,
where it was like
up
the
until
circular one.
up until Endgame, it was always the same shield. It was always the same one that Howard made.
This, nah, dude, it went from like a whole different shape, wasn't it?
No, well,
This
I
like
mean, there was the
circular
original
shield.
shield, but then
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
when they were making the updates to the suit, he pulls the vibranium shield out from underneath the table, and then that's when
Oh yeah,
Peggy
because
comes in and
Peggy
shoots
shoots it.
him.
Yeah, Peggy
Yeah,
shoots
so
it.
and
Okay,
so
I
from then
remember
on,
now. Yeah.
that was the shield for
Okay, 'cause I was
years.
gonna say Tony definitely had it for a while though because it was in
Yeah, he
Iron
had it
Man.
because Cap was on the run and
No, I mean when he
non-Cap.
was in the ice. This is like Iron Man, like
Oh,
1 or 2. I'm talking about. It's on a table in the background, and that was our first
right.
little seed planting for like the Avengers
Captain
and stuff.
America and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
All right. But
so
anyways, so yeah, they're
it's a
talking
new
about the
shield by the way.
shield.
It's
Hey,
got different design. It's a new shield by the way. This one,
yeah, this
it's a
one,
new
yeah,
painted,
it's got
new
like
painted.
holes in places and weird little
Yeah, it's got a
lines in
sweet
it.
little like pointed
It's not
design.
just the circles with a star painted
Yeah,
on it.
I like this one. I really like this
I
one.
do, I do. It's got
I'll
some
say
vibes
yes,
to it.
right? And then it's all hypocrisy.
Now I need
That
to
was
go
about
back and watch Endgame again to see if it is the same shield.
I don't think so. I think I saw a couple news sources say this is a new painted one, like or painted differently at least, with like the outline things and stuff. But
Okay.
again, because that one was shattered in half, so instead of just putting it
Well, no,
together, they
I
probably
mean the shield that Cap brings back and gives to Sam at the very end
okay
of
that one.
Endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That might have been it. Okay, yeah. Now I know what you're saying. So maybe actually,
yeah.
because it's been years with it, so it might have been redone up a few times.
But yeah, so from
Mm,
there,
yeah,
Sam
as you were talking.
convinces Sharon to help by offering her a pardon, which he,
Yeah.
quite frankly, has no right to offer. But
No, God, no.
yeah, so
But
they have a line on Nagel.
yeah.
He's got a lab in bin 4261, which you found a little tidbit for.
Ooh, a very good tidbit, but it wasn't. What is it? So we're talking about a like group of like containers, right?
Yeah.
So I'm surprised it wasn't based in like the Suez Canal with how like how that would have been. Like it would have. I'm sorry.
Hey, that thing came out last week. It's not stuck there for 2 years.
Yeah, no, you're right. So okay. But yeah, no, a great tidbit about this because yeah, you were saying, and we were talking about it. It is they talk about container 4261, and Earth 4261 is a Marvel Comics universe that has the Avengers dying, saving the world from an invasion. And what had happened was everyone dies, and a new group of heroes come out, and they call themselves the Squadron Supreme. My favorite part about the Squadron
Burrito
Supreme is
Supreme.
Burrito Supreme and the Squadron Supreme, and they were so they had like basically the whole creation of the Squadron Supreme was because writers at Marvel were like, what if we made a Justice League with the Justice League people, but we gave it our own spin? So they did that and they made Squadron Supreme. And Squadron Supreme has Hyperion, which is their answer to Superman. But he is like a blonde, fair-haired guy in like a suit with a radioactive symbol on his belt. And he's got like a full body suit. And he looks like you would think a version of Superman was. And we have Nighthawk, who is a guy dressed in full black. He's got a utility belt. He's got giant yellow eyes, kind of like how Batman has his big white eyes in some versions. He's their answer to, I think, honestly, in my opinion, he's actually more of the guy from, one sec, Watchmen. I'm trying to remember the guy from Watchmen. Not Rorschach, the one that looks like Batman.
It's not Nighthawk, is it?
No, it's been a long time since I fucking even like dived deep into
Dude, I watched Watchmen once and I was like, eh.
I love Watchmen. Read it.
It was a long time ago, so it was before I really got into superhero stuff. So
it'll be very good. Night Owl. That was his
Night
name.
Owl. Okay, I had part of it right.
And I said,
but Nighthawk is a completely different dude.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that like Batman's kid?
Batman's kid's Robin right now. Nightwing is
Nightwing. That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. He's got the two little sticks.
Escrima sticks. Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, I know that. I only know that from Injustice. I know nothing about DC besides they love to give people CGI suits.
Why do you want to kill me? So they got Blur, who is basically like the Flash, and then they got Power Princess, who is basically like Wonder Woman. Dr. Spectrum is like Martian Manhunter. So on, so forth. Thundra is Captain Marvel, or Shazam, because Marvel took that name back. But again, basically it's Marvel's answer to the Justice League in a modern era. They even had Hyperion versus Nighthawk for a little bit, and it was hilarious. Which was my favorite thing.
So we get into this crate, and we get this whole like, oh, you guys are so trapped vibe.
It like, looked like
every time you walk into an empty crate and you don't see anything there, the door's gonna close and you're gonna get locked in. It always happens.
Marvel's so good at subverting that tidbit of expectations.
Yeah, so Zemo walks up to the wall and he's just like, poof, and hidden door. I mean, I like 80% expected that anyways.
I didn't, which is weird because I'm usually that guy to be like, nah, from a writer's perspective,
I mean, if you're looking for a guy that's in bin 4287, 61,
4261,
yeah, 4261, and like like the guy that you're looking for is supposed to be there. You got to at least check for a hidden door somewhere.
100%. I was just thinking it'd be maybe on the side where all the other containers were. Not
not go down into an underground bunker.
Yeah.
Or an above ground bunker, because were the stairs going up to the crates above?
It literally just opened up to a room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking maybe if I like went back and looked and saw a bunch of crates behind, then maybe yes, I'd believe that. But I didn't see there was a walkway going around it, so I was like, why is there a door going back there? I'd have to relook though, because that's where my brain is going. and we have Michael Bublé playing in the background.
Yeah.
Coming Home Baby. And I never really listened to that song a lot. So I
No,
don't
and I
really
don't
know
really
if
know
it's
what the significance of it is either.
exactly. We don't know what like the real thoughts of that was actually coming from. So it's up in the air for now. It's funny though. They got Michael Bublé going while it's in Dr. McGill's whole room, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're talking, or we find Nagel, and it turns out that this is where the serum is for sure now.
Yeah.
And I thought Nagel was gonna be another one of them European dudes, but no, he's totally American.
100% American. Yeah. He's
So
American.
he worked for, or they find out that Nagel's there, and then it cuts back to Sharon, and she's all like, "Hey
Lord.
guys, we got company. You guys got to come out and like finish this," and because all the Boba Fett's are here, and and don't you roll your eyes at me.
Like, Star Wars
I
channel.
told you it's in my notes. I gotta call him Boba Fett. Anyways, all the bounty hunters are there, and Sharon is just kicking ass.
Oh, my notes specifically say Agent 13 kicking all the
Yeah, mine just
ass.
says Sharon kicking ass.
So yeah, our notes are like 100%. We're kicking the ass here. She is
Yeah.
murking people too. Like
Yeah, so she
boss.
does that for about 30 seconds, then we flash back into the lab, and we find out that Nagel started out with Hydra, and
Yeah.
then after Hydra's collapse, he was picked up by the CIA
Yeah.
and was still working on the serum, and then he got dusted, all his work went to shit,
Yeah. No one knew where it
and then he
was because it
comes
was probably in this
back,
container.
and now he works for the freaking broker.
Yeah. Power broker, baby.
Yeah, and now I have another note here. It says something about it says this is where I have Donya Madani in there. I don't remember what the
They
significance was there.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone references it to her because that's what I remember. Or to not her, to our main two boys here, Falcon Soldier.
Yeah.
I believe Dr. Nagil says something about her. And I don't really have any
Oh
notes about her
crap.
importance.
No,
So if you,
I xed out of Disney Plus. Are you still in it?
Mhm. Yeah, here I can jump back and see what we can see here.
Yeah. So yeah, they find out about Donya and Madani, and then it flashes back to Sharon still kicking ass.
Oh, murking people.
But
Boss.
and she like stealing dudes' knives, stabbing them in the back, throwing it into another guy's arm, then kicking his ass, and then she kind
You
of
get
you get to a
gunshot.
little part where you think she's maybe done, but she's totally not done. And she kicks his ass too, and holy crap,
Great description. Kicking
yeah.
his ass and kicking because that's perfect. She was just murking
Oh
mofos.
yeah, murking everything.
She was doing the best she damn well could. I'm just quickly trying to skim through this. So if you got any more thoughts about like exhibits showing up for a quick second, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah. The last guy she killed was a guy that looked like Exhibit coming around the corner. It's like
It was
the
pretty
guy
close,
comes
yeah.
around the corner. He's like, "I'm gonna pimp your ride," and then you just get capped.
Chest shot again.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were definitely not heart shots. Maybe though they could have been like maybe she could have been actually dropping these mofos.
Hey, I see a
'Cause-
viewer there in the chat. Leave a note. Ask us a question. We'll answer it all in real
oh,
time. Welcome to the stream.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get too far because the next part here is a little intense.
Intense. Yeah. So what is it? He brings up something that really stikes off our boy here, our boy Buck. And I can't get to that scene yet.
All right. Well, let's just skip over Donya Madani. Now we might find out more about her in the next episode,
Yeah,
even though she's dead.
yeah. Figure
So
that
like,
out later.
anyways, yeah, Sharon comes into the lab, and then I can't remember what the hell they were talking about. They were still talking about the serum and stuff, and then
Yeah,
Zemo just fucking caps Nagel right in the chest.
right in the chest. Just drops
So
him.
he's
Drops.
dead. So now your guy that knows the serum is gone.
Yeah.
And then
100%.
and then the lab's blown up by a freaking RPG from the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like in all of that confusion, Zemo escapes.
Yeah, we see him run off.
Yeah, like totally takes off. And I think Sam even referenced to it. He was like, "Where the hell is Zemo?" So
Yeah.
they all get out of there, and then the chemical tanks like blow up while we think they're still in there, but they manage to get out. It's just one of those things. Oh no, they're dead. Oh no, they're
That happens.
alive.
That happens twice in this episode.
Yeah, it
Well,
does.
that part, like, yeah.
Um,
They
so yeah, and then
yeah,
they
we
get
see.
into a gunfight with the
Yeah.
with the bounty hunters, and they're all like shooting handguns that have like 40-round clips, and they eventually run out of ammo, and then there's a big spat between Sam and Bucky, and Sharon's all like, "We don't have the time."
Straight up though. And
Yeah,
now we see Zemo.
yeah, and then
What he
Zemo shoots like shows up with his mask on.
throws his mask on like a
Yeah, and
bow.
shoots this chemical line, blows the whole place up.
Oh God,
And
yeah.
they didn't see Zemo take the mask from the back of the car, so they have no idea it's Zemo. And then they start leaving, and they get to they like all the other guys are dead, so now Bucky, Sam, and Sharon are leaving, and then Zemo shows up out of nowhere in a car.
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
where he got this whole situation from.
yeah,
Not
I
like
don't
it
know.
was
So yeah,
planned or
planned or
something.
red herring.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, we're getting like Zemo's that 3 steps ahead kind of guy.
Yeah, playing that like 6-dimensional chess.
Exactly. Like, oh, I'm running away, but I'm coming back to save everyone. Oh, I just happen to have like a car and stuff though ready to go, and we're all good to go, kind of thing. But I'm here to save you though. I'm saving you. We're friends, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, anyways, Bucky and Sam hop into the car, and then Sharon's just like, "Okay, peace out. Like, call me
Yeah,
when you get that pardon."
yeah, she's like, cool. Let me know I helped you. Peace out now.
Yeah.
Well,
See you
okay,
guys later.
easy. I
Yeah.
mean,
And then we get a cool nod back to Civil War. Was it Civil War or Winter Soldier? I think it was no, it was Civil War because Winter Soldier who was fighting Bucky. Yeah, we get a nod back to Civil War when Bucky's in the back and Sam's in the front. And he's like, "You're not gonna move your seat up, are you?" And Sam's just like,
oh,
"Nope."
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, cool. Okay, I
and then
was
we
like,
get back
wait
to this like really heartfelt scene with the Flag Smashers.
yeah. And they're like talking about how they were like super serumed and
Yeah,
like
felt
hurt.
like their veins were on fire.
Because again, flashback to the first Avenger, like Steve Rogers is definitely screaming for a little bit during that scene.
Well, and he was
So I guess,
blasted with a ton of radiation.
yeah, and he's just like that poor
Like, no,
guy.
no,
Definitely,
don't turn it off. I can do it.
it it sucked
Hmm.
probably, and I bet it sucked for them too. But
Quick thing
Cap
back
kind
to
of went.
before Nagel died. What he had done with the serum, he's evolved it to a point where it's more subtle and it doesn't turn you into this big buff person.
Yeah,
Hence why Carly doesn't look like a freaking MMA fighter. Yet
right.
she
She
has
doesn't look
super
like Chris
strength.
Evans. She looks like the guy who played Chris Evans' body double at the beginning of First Avenger.
I love how they did that.
Very good, very good. It didn't even
For the
look
first
super fake.
while, I thought they had made, or like Skinny Steve was Chris Evans, and they just made him bigger.
Right? No, totally. Like it was a great scene and great like visual effects. So I'll give it up.
Yeah. Um,
Uh, yeah.
where are we
Wait,
now?
we are about an hour and a half into the stream, and I'm
Yes.
thinking it's time.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. So we will be right back. I've got some pretty cool music for you guys to listen to, and we will see you shortly. We are back, everybody. I see.
Hola.
Let's get the music out of here.
Oh, is that just the music saying chat, or what's the chat?
Yeah, the music's in chat.
Okay, good.
Um, Bring the chat back up. So yeah, don't forget to type in the chat your questions, your thoughts on the episode. We will respond to them. Yeah. So where were we?
Really quick, I
Nagel's
just want to
dead.
jump
Oh,
into. Yeah, I really want to just jump into Selby for a second. Selby is actually like a huge part of like the mutant story, again.
oh,
So he's like a big buff dude in the comics, Selby. And he's part of the Mutant Liberation Front. Yes,
she.
and that's just a group of like teenagers slash like young adults who are off the cuff mutants who are evil. They've done some very bad things, and Selby was a part of that. So again, another really quick mutant reference in this episode.
Neat. I think we're getting closer.
We have to be with
Yeah.
we got Quicksilver. We got like it's happening. I swear.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're actually what is this after? Okay, no. We want to talk about the. I want to talk about the scene during while Carly and her
Yeah,
like
I have a
main.
note here that says that Marvel is trying really, really hard to make us not hate the Flag Smashers.
They're very good. Like I know it's
Like
giving our.
I just want to know more about GRC and
Yes.
like
Yes.
how have they fucked everything up to the point where the Flag
They have a
Smashers have to
terrorist
hit
group
them.
against them. Yeah. Because again, like I said, you really like. I'm glad we got someone who's like something, some entity, some company, some corporation who's dealing with the repercussions of the snap and blip.
Yeah.
But how do you really fix that? And the flag smashers are like, you don't. It was better before. And I'm loving this. I love the dynamic that we're getting two factions against each other again.
Yeah, but I mean, the
Just like
only way that they're going to be able to get things back to the way they were before is to go out and kill 3.5 billion people.
and you're thinking like a flag smasher right now. Exactly. And the GRC is thinking almost the same, but they're trying to keep an frontal agreement about it where they're saying they're doing other things. But nah, what I'm thinking is definitely like they both have different points of view on the snap and blip, and we're getting factions based upon that. Like we got Shield and Hydra before. We've got the Skrull and the whatever Captain Marvel's blood is. Kree.
Yeah.
So we've got Kree and Skrull, and so on and so forth. We're getting another couple factions in this world. Like Sword showed up in the last Sword, I'm gonna say. Because we've seen, if y'all watch Spider-Man, we've seen the actual Sword, which I'm thinking is the actual Sword, give or take our sentient weapons down on Earth. So, like again,
Yeah.
I'm just really stoked that we're getting another group of factions fighting for the whole thought of no one's black or white, no one's good or evil, no one's on this side or that side. They're all people fighting for what they think is right, and that boils down to what war is. And I think that's like a main series stay of how Captain America was. So we're getting more of that vibe in this series because it's going to be more of a Captain America based series, and
Yeah.
so cool. Good job, Marvel. Writers, give it up. Give it up. We get a fake out death, like we were saying earlier. This is our second fake out death, isn't it not? With the explosion.
No, we're not quite there yet.
Okay. Okay.
No, that
No,
was
you're right.
just there.
You're
That
right.
was
We'll
just
move
them
on.
talking while they were sitting over the railing or standing over the railing or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the guy
Yeah, I
that
see my
she's
notes
talking
now.
to through or about all the serums and stuff like that, and when they were taking them, that's the guy that we see in the first episode with the mask on and the long hair.
Who
And
since the main characters didn't see the trailers like we did, they assumed he was the leader at the beginning, and I
yeah,
get
yeah,
that. Hey,
exactly,
they didn't see the
exactly.
trailers. They
Yeah,
didn't see the
who
trailers.
knows?
They
Maybe they're
like
like co-leaders or something, but no.
yeah, they could be like that's like her like
Carly's the
first
boss.
lieutenant or something.
Yeah.
Really up there.
Yeah,
We
so
get a
no, the
John and
next thing
Battlestar
I
scene after
have
that.
is it goes back to Cap
Yeah.
and Star,
Battlestar.
buddy. Battlestar,
Battlestar.
yeah.
No, see, even like again, I'm on the opposite side of you with the whole Cap and U.S. Agent thing, but I still in my notes wrote John and Battlestar.
Yeah,
Because I still
I'm just
didn't like
calling him
Cap.
Cap because
It's the best way to describe him for this
yeah,
situation, right?
yeah.
For
I
people
don't know.
on
I
the
just don't really
outside
want to
looking
say
in.
John Walker every time, although it would feel really good.
Johnny Walker, straight up though. A couple of that would feel good right now. But
Yes, sir. And it's
uh
Friday, and it's Easter.
true.
Happy Good Friday, everybody! By the way.
Happy Good Friday, y'all. What a great episode to kind of top off everyone's long weekend.
Yeah.
Hope everyone's feeling good. I mean, last night at midnight, your time, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So yeah.
Today is where
Anyways,
we're watching.
Cap is under the impression that Sam and Bucky broke Zemo out.
Which is weird because it's not like Bucky totally broke Zemo out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm not
So he
saying
gets it.
I'm not saying Bucky didn't totally break Zemo out, but like Bucky
Yeah, no,
totally broke Zemo
100%.
out.
He may have, yeah, no, he may have, done it Ocean's 11 style. No, but yeah, no. That just, to me, it proves that, our John Walker's not as dumb as he's laying off to be. He's
Yeah.
trying to be this arrogant jock guy, but deep
Yeah.
down,
That was
he's
just
like,
a quick little scene, though, wasn't it? I
this is
think so.
where
Because the next
Tanya
thing I have
or
is going to
Tanya.
Riga.
Oh, I have three more notes before Riga.
Okay.
We get another reference to Danya Madani.
Mm-hmm. Because I think that
Um,
she's why we're going to Riga.
right. We get the first American test subject or blah blah blah, and then I believe it's Sam who brings up Isaiah
Yeah.
for yeah.
Because
He talked
the whole reason they were actually able to reproduce the serum was from a few drops of blood that
yeah,
had superhuman capabilities, trace
and the
amounts of
only
superhuman
yeah,
capabilities.
and I'm thinking
And
it went
I
from
think they've narrowed that down to it being Isaiah.
because yeah, during the time where they would have extracted it, Cap's frozen, Bucky's off getting brainwashed.
Yeah.
So they had someone who what I learned more researching the comic book character, Isaiah was one of the first Caps as
Yeah.
well. So that kind of proves that yeah, he's been around for a while too. Because again, Bucky references him like they were buddies, right? So there must have been some sort of time jump in his life. He shouldn't be. He should be maybe dead by now, being 100 and something. So there was, or maybe the superhero soldier serum ages him a little slower,
Yeah.
and that's why he's still around right now. And he's only just a gray-haired old guy, but he's still like 117, 115, yada yada, right? So like because yeah, he was another test subject, and that's he would have been the only one available to get blood from because Steve Rogers was frozen and missing,
Yeah.
while Bucky was missing, and being brainwashed.
Yeah.
So, which is cool. Another reference to the shield being like to like them talking about the shield and them referencing a hunk of metal.
Oh, that
So
was okay. So that
that's
wasn't the first time.
yeah.
Okay,
So
I didn't catch the hunk of metal part in Sharon's apartment.
they're really getting into the whole shield thing. Oh man, we get to see Sam's hot cut body in the apartment scene. I want to bring that up too. It's just topless scene because he probably wrote in his contract, "Yo, I gotta like I'm a Marvel superhero. I've been training for like forever to
And
get
you
this
guys always
body.
got me in this damn suit.
Right? Can I just have like a couple shirtless scenes because like I need to get some
I'm
too."
pretty
Robert
ripped,
Downey
and
Jr. is just
I need to show it off.
right. Robert Downey Jr. is over here just calling up random chicks every night. Can we please just like? Can I just like get some
Can I
of
get
that?
some love over here?
So yeah, we wanted to bring that up because like good man, good contract signing.
Yeah.
Then Riga. Yeah, you were saying Riga. You have the
Yeah.
notes for Riga.
So
Mine just
yeah,
says Riga.
I can't fully remember why we're going to Riga. Something to do with Danya Madani.
The Flag Smashers are taking the barrels from the
Oh,
GRC.
that's right. Yeah. So yeah, now we're back to the
Yeah,
Flag Smashers. They are
yeah.
in Riga, and yeah, they're stealing food and stuff from the global repatriation council,
Yeah,
and once they're done that, Carly and the other dude. I don't think we even have a name for him yet.
I haven't figured out a name yet.
Yeah,
Again, he could be in like the IMDb as a character.
it's
I'm gonna
probably
quickly
just yeah. It probably just says Flag Smasher. But
right.
anyways,
Yeah,
yeah,
keep
they're
talking.
they're
I'm gonna
sitting
search
in the
it up.
car getting ready to piece out of there, and and then we get this really cool scene. I love the way they did it. It was like a holy crap. It was another one of those holy crap, are they dead? No, they're not.
Yeah,
Like real quick things. And so yeah, this car blows up, and it's like, oh my god, are they dead? And there's like, no, it was the car beside them. But I thought they did
yes.
that so well.
They frame that super beautifully to have them talking in the car and then cut to a car just exploding, but then immediately cut to their reactions of the car next to them exploding. Very good screenwriting, very good filming. His name is Dovich, by the way.
Dovich.
Yeah, he's in 6 of the episodes.
Okay.
So he's going to
Well,
be
it's
in
a
here.
6 episode series, so
That's what I mean. He's in 6 of the episodes, so he's in all of it. So is Falcon, so is Buck, so is yada 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 yada,
yeah.
right? Um there's a couple people who aren't, and we've seen a few of them, but I'm not reading anymore because I don't want to spoil myself. um, so yeah, Carly and Dovich, they're in the car, and they leave after the explosion because there's like an attack happening. Obviously, I guess the DRC and the Flag Smashers.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, the GRC's backup has shown up, and they're gunning them down. And the place explodes, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that happens, and then we cut back to Sam and Bucky. And
And
where are they
Zemo,
going?
Sam,
Oh,
Zemo,
and
and Bucky.
Zemo. Yeah.
I don't actually have a note of where they were heading into.
Um,
Yeah, I honestly
but
could not tell
anyways,
you.
they were going
They're heading
somewhere,
into
and
somewhere.
then
Yeah,
Bucky's
they're
like,
heading
"Hey, you guys go ahead. I'll catch up. I'm just gonna go
somewhere.
for a walk."
He just wants to go for a walk.
Yeah,
No
so he
big deal.
walks and he finds this bead on the ground and it's like
Yeah,
beeping.
yeah,
And
like
so
a
he
technical
picks it up
bead.
and he keeps on walking and the bead's got these weird markings on it and stuff and then he goes and he finds another bead.
A
Sitting there
few of
like
them, yeah.
balancing on the corner of a building. He picks that
Mm-hmm.
one up. And he goes into this alleyway. He walks up and it does that whole pan around
Mm-hmm.
there's nobody there and it pans around and looks down the other side of the alleyway, nobody's there, and then it turns back and he's like, I thought it would take you a little or I thought it would be quicker for you to show up or something along those
Yeah, he
lines.
starts with like you drop something
Oh yeah, yeah,
before
he
the
gets
pan.
into the alley and he's like, you drop something, and then it pans and pans and then it turns back, and who's there, Frosty? Who's fucking there?
Wakanda forever.
E-Bombay!
Keep up, bit.
E-Bombay!
Okoye, baby.
Hell
Let's
yeah!
go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Ah, this is what we were alluding to earlier with the whole like the trailers ruin stuff, but the things that they didn't
Mm,
ruin took my breath away.
so good.
I'm dead.
Like
I'm dead.
who really expected Okoye to show up?
Which now, after watching it and then thinking about the series, why didn't we? Why didn't anybody think about that? It's Bucky. It's
He's referenced Wakanda a couple of times.
a couple of times, but that just went over everyone's head. That just
Yeah.
whoosh.
Way to go, Marvel. You get a golf clap.
Oh, you get a Dumbledore clap.
Ooh.
So yeah, what a and that ends our
And then
episode.
scene.
So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what implications? I'm gonna give my own question. What implications does this mean? Like, what are we getting? What does this even mean? What do you think?
I
Like seeing Okoye show up,
I don't know.
right? I don't have a big
Do we now
out
find
of
out
left.
who the new Black Panther is? Who
Ooh,
the new leader of Wakanda is?
right. And like, how do they, unfortunately,
Because
write
like
out?
how do they write out King
Of course,
T'Challa?
you shouldn't be able to, but unfortunately, we kind of have to. And I would rather they respect him Like,
Because Okoye doesn't look thrilled when we see her.
right? Because again, don't. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now, Marvel. Please don't replace him with anybody.
No.
Please let
I
his
think they've
legacy
already said
die
that they're
with him,
not going to.
which is great. But I'm just covering my bases here. Don't like let the legacy of him die with
With
him.
him.
I would rather. I'd rather someone we know who's established taking that mantle, or vice versa, or someone that we need to know new. Don't give us another T'Challa. I'm sorry.
No.
That just I
No,
wouldn't like that.
T'Challa's done. Something has to have happened after Endgame where he's gone. Like,
Like let,
when was the
let
last
that die.
time we see him in Endgame?
Give it to me.
Is that the last time?
I don't know. I don't know if he's at the funeral.
Can
I don't think
they?
so.
Can they? Yes, he is.
Is he? Okay, so maybe
Yep,
then the
yep. I
funeral
remember
then.
him. He's standing there in his suit beside Okoye and I
They
always
everyone
Shuri. That's
fought
her
him
name.
once. I fought him a few times. He's a
Yeah.
good friend. So like, but yeah, no.
Okay,
So
so yeah,
yeah, that's
something has
probably
to have
it.
happened between Endgame and
Yeah.
now to T'Challa.
So is this like, is this our? This is gonna be out of left field. I'm trying to think of like crazy theories. Is this our like? Could you come be our White Wolf kind of thing, or
We need
is
help
this
from
like
Wakanda.
Oh my god, imagine him in a White Panther outfit. That'd be kind of cool. But like maybe don't have a
But
helmet. Maybe have his
with the same colored titan or vibranium arm that he has now, but the rest of him
exactly
white. That would be
right.
sick.
I'm thinking that right. Maybe no like Panther helmet because he's not like a lineage member. Maybe
No,
have him have like Winter Soldier like face
give him his
mask,
Winter Soldier mask.
right? Maybe even make it white. Who cares? Like, could we have like something like that? That would be cool. It would be so out of left field, but I think it'd be super neat.
Oh yeah,
100%.
oh yeah.
It would definitely not really make
I
sense
highly doubt
hugely, but
anything like that's gonna
yeah,
happen. But I
a
mean,
hundred
he
percent.
did
But
reference
that
the
would be
White
cool.
Wolf, so we don't know. It's Marvel.
We don't know. It's Marvel,
We
exactly.
got a White
I'm just
Vision.
yeah, I was gonna say I threw this out of white like left field, and it could just happen because they want to do something out of left field. So like
Now,
that would
if
be
we've
sweet.
seen
But again, he's
Okoye and we've seen left field, um,
what if Shuri's the next
we
one?
hmm?
What if Shuri's the next
No,
Black
what if White
Panther?
Vision's the next one? He's out looking for Wanda.
I'm thinking like as the next like Panther, next Black Panther.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I was really a vibe for having her be Ironheart, but I was like, nah, that doesn't really make sense. And then we got Riri Williams, so I was like, okay, now it doesn't make sense a lot. So,
Yeah.
well, there
Well,
is
I
a
think so.
spot open,
She's the next one down. Nobody,
right?
or
She's
none of
an
them had
heir.
kids.
She's definitely an heir to the throne.
Yeah, she's next
So,
of kin. So
boom, Young Avengers, Shuri, she's Black Panther,
hell yeah.
and that adds to, like I say in every episode since halfway through WandaVision, Tommy, Billy, Kate Bishop, Cassie,
Cassian,
uh,
yeah.
sure, Shuri, screw it. And then we'll have like, yeah, like, what if? What if they are actually, funnily enough, setting up a Young Avengers, and we're just kind of like watching the pieces being like placed now?
Cool.
I'd be into it. I'd be so into it if we have
Mm-hmm.
like two Avengers series. Like
If you
we'll
can
have like,
give me another 10 years and 23 movies, fuck yeah, I'm in.
oh god, yeah. The Marvel comics have been going for years and years and years, right? So like they have a lot to go off of. And like they
Mm-hmm.
haven't they're really only doing the main story beats of character arcs and titillating us with like main storylines like the Civil War and House of M and other things that are on the top of my head, like the Hulk's like fancy banner.
Yeah.
So like we have so much to go off of and we're not even near the modern stuff yet.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
I know. Fantastic. Go us. We can't
Hell yeah.
explore the world, but we can't explore the universe, but we're just in time to watch the MCU. And I'm into that.
Hell yeah.
Star Wars
And
and
then
MCU.
as soon as space flight's a thing, get me out of here.
100%. Let me find a blue alien chick to
I'll go run a gas
bang.
station on the moon.
I'll bang a blue alien chick, whatever.
Hell yeah.
Gamora! I like green too. Gamora! Uh,
um, hate to break it to you, bro.
mm.
Mara's dead,
You
and
can't
the other one went
take
back.
what I want, honey, I want. I
No,
can't
no.
now. Straight up though. Questions. Want to move right on?
um, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts though? Is what I was
Um,
getting at. Like, by all means,
no,
like, say your
I
piece. I'll
think,
search up some questions.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty out of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad I could just end it on like my fanfic of Gamora coming back and touching me. No.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Uh,
if any of the viewers have anything to ask, anything to say, do it now. We'll we'll talk about it.
hey, yeah, give it up. I got the questions going right now, so we'll do the. Some of these questions suck, so if you got ideas, let us know in the chat right
Yeah.
now because I'm gonna find some better questions than the ones that came up on Cinema Blend. Cinema Blend. Those are some lame
I
questions.
know, but that's where the episode one ones came from.
And
They weren't
like
bad.
two was from, they weren't bad.
Two, I couldn't find a
Uh,
cinema blend one for, so
right. A couple of these are pretty bad. A couple of these are pretty bad.
no, let's just do them
Let's see which
anyways.
one. They're ones that we already answered. That's why
Oh,
they're
okay.
bad.
Oh, okay.
Because like the first one is what is and stuff like that. And it's like, well, we know what that is. So, oh, hello, cat. I hope you're not popping up on our Mikey phone.
No, I haven't heard him.
Good. Either way. But yeah, it's what is Magipore? How much longer can Bucky and Sam trust Zemo? Is Sharon Carter a bad person now? Obviously not.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot was like really taken apart from like what we've already talked about, which is nice. So like
Mm-hmm.
we were answering questions that apparently are like big questions. Let's do this site. Story continues on the next page.
I
I
hate
get
that.
it. We see again. We went into the Brass Monkey. We went into Conrad Mack.
Yeah.
We went into Sharon. We went into Nagel. Dude, I think we just did this really well with the breakdown this week.
Sick.
I think we just did a really huge, good breakdown. So like, we can skip questions if you'd really like. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care. I
I mean,
can't find anything good.
yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys have anything in the chat? Again, this
Yeah.
is your last warning.
Nothing in the chat so far. Somebody get a question in there.
Yeah, if you are watching, last chance, give us a question or something because we want to know. Give it a little bit, and then we'll go into like more final thoughts.
You Bombay.
Bombay, Wakanda forever.
Yeah. What's everybody's plans for the night?
Yeah, I need to go
I'm
buy
probably
dinner
gonna be
because
hopping on Warzone or not Warzone, Black Ops and playing some prop hunt.
prop hunt.
Yeah, prop hunt's fun.
It is fun. It's a good time. Very good time. Any final? I think I'm not really doing anything tonight. I'll figure it out later. Final
Yeah.
thoughts in the episode. Final theories you got. Final anything.
Um. Yeah. How long? Actually, I want to dive into that last one. How long do you really think Zemo can be trusted?
Immediately not trusted. But I
I
mean,
still
I
don't
give
trust him at
it.
all.
Yeah,
But
I'm thinking like what you mean is like by how long is he gonna stay on this side? This
yeah,
side?
yeah,
Yeah.
this side.
I don't think very long at all. I think the
No.
whole reason that we saw him jump away, put on his outfit, save the day, have a random car getaway is all part of his like I'm 3 steps ahead of you plan.
Yeah.
I don't trust him at all. Are we gonna see Agent 13 again?
Probably at some point. I mean,
Yeah,
she's been in way too many promos to just be a one and done kind of thing.
exactly. Now, Okoye, is she going to be a one and done next episode?
Maybe.
I'm thinking
Because, I mean, how
maybe.
many more people can they really introduce?
Not a
Because
lot.
we've got Sam, we've got Bucky, we've got Zemo, we've got Cap, we've got Battlestar, we've got Isaiah, we've got
Yeah,
Elijah,
yeah.
we've
We
got
got
Sharon.
Flag Smasher herself,
Yeah,
Carly.
we've got the Flag Smashers, we got the GRC. Like,
Right. I'm thinking she may be another one and done, like big surprise, but then next episode she'll be in a little bit. Next episode, maybe in there.
you know what I've
Then,
noticed? Since these shows have started, nobody's mentioned Tony Stark's death.
hmm, through that. Not a lot of, well, okay.
I mean, we got a little bit in Far
Yeah.
From Home, but
Yeah. We've been given like Stark as a character by John Walker because he doesn't have Stark tech and yada yada and
oh
shit
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
We've been given a little reference, but never a whole like this is the
You
world
know,
post
since
Iron
Tony
Man.
died or something like
Yeah,
that.
like a post Iron Man kind of world.
Yeah.
We're not really. Again, we got like a good amount of it in Far From Home, which is nice.
Mhm.
Like a lot, because again, that was his like mentor. Like Peter definitely in the MCU was trained under Iron Man, so like that would make sense. But again, yeah, even no, well, they do talk about siding against the Sokovia Accords and stuff, but never ever a whole like since Tony died or like because like even into Infinity War, they never really talked. In
Yeah.
Endgame, they fought together, but they never really reconciled other than Cap and Tony, where he like, peace, man. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Like, so like again, these are characters that we're getting that weren't really heavily affected by Tony after his death. Like we haven't even seen like anything that's happened to Stark Industries yet in the past two series now, so far.
Yeah.
So like Pepper's like off doing her thing. Is it's just become like a financial bureau like it was turning into and stuff like that, or are we gonna get like a clash between that and Power Broker Inc? I swear to God.
Oh man, Stark versus Power Broker.
Right? Just imagine. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
what's your
mean,
prediction for
it's
next
well.
episode? Oh, after
Hmm?
you say your thought.
I
Say
was
your thought.
gonna. I was gonna say like when we saw Morgan Stark, was that uh pre Endgame or like was that 5 years later already or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Uh,
she's like they had the kid and then
yeah,
she
because I was
grew
gonna
up.
say at this point it's not far enough for her to throw on the rescue suit and
Exactly. I was thinking that
come fight
too.
the Power Broker.
When I was thinking of the Young Avengers, that's why I didn't say her, but I was like, maybe she can
I
be
mean,
an
she did find
Iron
the
Woman.
helmet, so
Iron Woman, right? Give us that.
yeah,
And then she can be friends with the boy from Iron Man 3 who came back at Endgame. He can be Iron Lad, and we'll have
yeah,
Iron Lad, Iron Woman,
and
Rescue,
Ironheart.
and Iron Heart. Yeah, exactly. We can have a whole bunch of
We'll
Iron
have a
Men,
lot of irons. All
right? Like we could have a bunch of Iron Men just going off and doing their thing, right? Like
right,
prediction for next episode. That's what I was getting at.
predictions for next episode.
Yeah, before I was out of here.
I think another Flag Smasher dies.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah,
To go off of my last theory was like it's gonna end with the four who become the Thunderbolts with like Taskmaster and Thaddeus Ross
yeah,
and Zemo and stuff like that. And there was like six, and I named two of them. So or no, six, and I named two of them. So there only has to be four of these super soldiers to make it out. And I'm thinking Carly's gonna be Songbird, and we just got to figure out the rest.
yeah.
What about what's his name? The
Zemo.
guy who the I got rid of my IMDb. Uh, the Australian accent guy who they thought was the leader at the beginning.
Oh. Um,
What do you think's gonna happen to him? Is he gonna be one of
I
the
think
deaths
he's just
or
a. No, I think he's just gonna like he's just like a side role. Might die, might
Dove?
not.
Okay, yeah, no, I get it. Dovich, that's his name.
Dovich.
Um, maybe I don't know. Here, just really, really out of left field. Marvel Thunderbolts, and then just look up Dovich. See what comes up. Uh, I want to confirm this. It's not just a thing that just came up. Biography. No, see that's the name wrong. Okay. Yeah, nothing comes up for a guy named Dovich when it comes to the Thunderbolts.
Hmm. Yeah, maybe he's
So,
just a toss in.
right? Maybe he's just something that is like the love interest / person who's going to die who really puts Carly over the edge kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's been like the fact that Songbird comes up a lot when you're talking about Carly. That makes sense. So everybody else is still up in the air.
Yeah.
We're not gonna get like what's his name? There was definitely reference to the moon earlier, and that's where one of the Thunderbolts, or like the Thunderbolts, stayed in, and it's the dude who like did his thing and like whispered and stuff and yada yada. I can't remember his name right now, but so we've gotten a lot of seeds planted, basically.
Yeah.
Seeds have been planted, and people are just out there now in this universe that comic book readers know of them, but then they twist on it and throw it into the MCU, like the whole thing with the costume from Sam at the beginning. Like that was never like the Smiling Tiger is a character, but he never looked just like a pimp who looked like Sam Wilson with like a shell necklace. In
Yeah.
the comics, he was a big yellow dude with
Damn
fur.
puka shells.
Yeah, he was a big like yellow dude with fur and claws and yada yada in the comics. So they do change it up. But I've noticed lately in the MCU, they've changed most of the stuff that they changed up. They've slowly changed back. Scarlet Witch's outfit. We've
Yeah.
got who's the guy who turns into the computer screen in most of it? Who worked with Zemo in Civil War and stuff.
I never friggin' figured out his name.
He was a
Um,
person. They switched it and made him a person in the MCU. But then at the end and the very beginning of his life, he was on a computer screen, and that's what he mostly was in, like in the first
Zola,
Avenger.
Arnim Zola.
Barnum's, yeah. So
He might. I
they
think
have.
he shows up at some point.
Oh, has
Yeah,
to.
like
Right,
his
like that would make
his
the most.
computer-ness.
Mm-hmm. So again, there's been a lot of like, oh, the Marvel Universe twists and turns things. But then a couple years down the road, a few movies later, we have Baron Zemo put his balaclava back on.
Yeah.
And it actually looks like that. So like a lot of things have been changed to make them like realisticified. If I were to quote Purposeless Rabbit Holes, realisticified. Um, but then they change back after a little bit.
I like that.
So
I think.
right?
Oh, great.
I think okay.
Pirate
Finish up
stop.
what you got last to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got anything last
That's
to
pretty.
wrap up.
That's pretty much it for me. So
Yeah.
that being said, follow me JFlawless7 on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Follow Frosty at Yajinja Giant with underscores in between the three words on Twitter, and anything_geek on Twitch, and anything geek all one word on YouTube. Like the videos, subscribe to the channels. If you really like it, donate to the Streamlabs donate stuff. All the links
Putting it
are in the
all in Bitcoin,
description.
baby.
We're putting it all into Bitcoin, and then we're
All
gonna
into
buy a new
Bitcoin,
chair.
baby. Hell yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna buy a chair with Bitcoin. Yeah. So anything you wanna plug? Anything you wanna shill?
I may stream within today or tomorrow. I might do a bit of music stuff, a bit of art stuff, just stuff like that on my own personal stuff. So yeah, again, follow me down below or do the Ginger Giant thing. You'll see it all there. Hit up our Discord. That's the best way to
Yeah,
talk to
all
us.
those links are in the description.
Yeah, Discord is the best way to talk to us. So
Yes. So we will
you're
be
the first
back
breadwinner.
next Friday, same time, same place, with our breakdown of episode 4, which is bound to be another banger because the last 3 have been just complete bangers. So, from J Flawless 7 and the Sunglasses crew over there, we bid you adieu till next week.